Assalamu alaikum ji. My name is Hafizur Rahman and I'm the lecturer and the senior program manager at INDUS University, Faculty of Management Sciences. Today I'm going to discuss you about recognizing opportunity and generating idea, a very important topic in entrepreneurship. So we'll move on to our next thing, that is basically the major discussion during this thing. First of all, we have to discuss the major objectives that what we are going to achieve. So first of all, we need to understand the importance of a new startup firm when it has certain windows of opportunity is open. So first of all, we need to explain it. So we need to know this thing. Then every student must know the difference between an opportunity and idea. And first, because if we are unable to judge the difference between the opportunities and idea, then we'll not be able to distinguish between these two important things. And an pure and the businessman should know the difference between and opportunities and idea. Okay, then the major objective of this lecture is that to know the general approaches normally entrepreneur use to identify an opportunity. So we have to understand the opportunity that an entrepreneur must know this. Then the major objective after completing this topic is to know the environmental trends that we have to follow that can lead to a certain instrumental in creating business opportunity. After this thing, we need to learn certain personal characteristics that is important in recognizing business opportunity, and we can easily find out that do we have such kind of personal characteristics that will help us in finding out the opportunities. We then will be able to understand that what is certain kind of techniques that can help us in generating idea, right? So we'll be inshallah telling you the different techniques that different entrepreneur can use in identifying different idea. We'll be able to learn things that how we can get information. We can get information from the library or internet search or browsing, through which we can also get the business idea as well. And last but not least, we'll be able to learn things that how can we protect our idea from being lost or being stolen. First of all, we need to know that what is opportunity. An opportunity, if you say that an opportunity is a favorable set of circumstances that create a need for a new product, services, or business. So this is a basic understanding about an opportunity. And it has certain essential qualities as well. Number one quality, that it must be attractive. This particular opportunity must be very attractive, and it must be timely spot out, and it has certain time within time frame, because as we have learned about this thing, window of opportunity, if the window of opportunity is closed, then that means there is no existence in the of that particular opportunity. So we must utilize, or we must avail that opportunity within a stipulated time period. So it has certain duration. Then we have to look into this thing as well. And last but not least, this particular opportunity helps in adding value in the life of the buyers, or you can say the end user. So this is all about an opportunity and the essential qualities that it must carry on. Then if we discuss about the way that that will help us in identifying an opportunity. There are different ways. Number one is observing trend. The other way of identifying an opportunity could be solving a problem, and the another way that we can use is identifying an opportunity could be finding gap in the marketplace. So let's discuss about some detail about these three ways that we have in helping us finding it out the opportunity. Number one is observing trends. Let's see in detail. What do you mean by observing trends? That means that we have to see in certain particular areas. Like, for example, we have to look into this economic forces. We have to see some social forces, some technological advances that's going around us. And likewise, we need to look at the political actions and regulatory changes that we are being experienced. So these are the this particular area help an entrepreneur to learn and figure out the opportunity in certain areas. So we have to look again. I repeat this thing, that we have to see in the economic of we have to see the economic forces, we have to see the social forces, we have to see the technological advances, and last but not least, the political actions and regulatory changes that is being occurred around us. So this particular approach through this observing trend in particular area will help us in identifying the opportunities. So that can leads to a business that can help us in launching our or start think about a particular product, because that particular product which we have identified from this all forces, that gonna take us to our new business venture, right? So this observing trend will help us in this way. Okay. Likewise, we have got agar if we take this example of economic forces, so we have to see the economic indicators, that what kind of economic indicators is telling us, because that particular economic indicators like inflations, unemployment rates, and these are the things, the dollar fluctuations, these are the things that will help us in finding out an opportunity. So economic trends help determine areas that are ripe for new startup and area that startup should avoid, right? Okay, the social trends alter how people and businesses behave and set their priorities. Like if we can say this thing, that now people used to live in a joint family system. Now people would like to prefer a separate. They would like to live their life separate, right? So these type of trends provide opportunity for new businesses to accommodate the changes. Like the very important trends that we have observed, this technological advances. Likewise, we are going online classes, we are conducting through this Zoom and the MS Teams. So that basically helps the software developers to come up with some new softwares. So that basically gives an idea, that gives an opportunity for the software developers to come up with some good softwares. So these are some of the good examples that I'm also quoting it down, quoting it to you as well. This will help us to understand this concept. And last but not least, political actions and regulatory changes also provide the basis for opportunities as well, right? Like, for example, if the government impose certain duties, taxes on certain products, and if certain vis-a-vis the government waive off certain taxes, right? So that will help us to start up, or that can give us some idea to start up certain businesses. Now, the second approach in order to identifying an opportunity would be solving a problem, right? We have a lot of examples available around us. Like sometimes we can say then that identify opportunities simply involving noticing a problem that might be facing some people. So that is basically, and if we come up with a solution, that means that we have identified a certain opportunity and we have provided some solution to that. So that can help us to start up a new business, right? Uh, so the third approach, that is finding gaps in the marketplace, is basically to identify opportunity, is to find a gap in the marketplace. What does it mean? If we see anything which is not available, and people are looking for it, that means that we have identified, we have spot out the gap in the marketplace. So that is the right time that we have to introduce that thing, because we have spot out the opportunity that is available in the market and we have to go for that thing. So now we move on to another very important aspect, that what kind of personal characteristics of is needed for an entrepreneur, right? So if I ask you that an entrepreneur must be able to must have an prior experiences. So if you have the prior experiences in any business, and that will help us or that will help us to identify an opportunity in that particular field of experience, field of relevant field. So that particular prior experience will help us to start a new business as well. The cognitive factors, the sixth sense, is the important thing for any entrepreneur. If you have good sense to predict that what will be the trend, future trend, so that means that is a cognitive factors. It must have in any of an individual who would like to do some business. And creativity as well. Creativity is basically, if you are creative, that means that will help you to start a new business, right? And last but not least is social networking. I must say that if you have a good network, if you are good at LinkedIn, if you are good at social developing good friend circle, that will help us to spot the entrepreneur project within your circle, right? So I repeat that every entrepreneur must have a prior experience, cognitive forces, the creativity, and the social network. That is basically a conclusion that every individual who would like to pursue the entrepreneur project, they must have this kind of characteristics. Okay, how this prior industry experiences can help us. Like if you are working in some organization, and if you have leave that organization and you have started working with other organization, that is basically your prior experience, and that will help you to get the exposures, get the experiences of the relevant field. So the several studies have shown that prior experiences in an industry helps an entrepreneur recognizing business opportunity. And likewise, the studies have shown in the cognitive forces, a study have shown that opportunity recognizing may be an intake skills, innate skills and cognitive processes. So, or likewise, I've already told you about that sixth sense is the most important thing in the cognitive forces. Like, and vis-a-vis social networking. Like if you have a good friend circle, that will help you. That will help you in start up your business. In one survey that I've gone through one survey of 65 startup, half of the founders reported that they got their business idea through their social contacts. So it is very important. I used to tell my students that students must have a good friend circle after completing this university life. They should have a good number of contacts or a friend circle. So there might be some strong tie relationship, the weak tie relationship. All of them will help you in future. So I must conclude this whole topic, that is recognizing opportunities and developing business idea, is basically we have to have one part is environmental trends that we have to look into that thing, and then we have to look at the personal characteristics of an entrepreneur, because that leads to the business product and services opportunity gap, and that can lead us to start up a new business. So there are certain techniques which can help us in generating ideas, like for example, brainstorming and focus group. I don't need to tell you about this detail, but that must you people have kept in your mind that there are certain techniques that can help us in generating ideas. Brainstorming session, focus group, library, internet search. I hope this particular lecture will help you to understand this topic better. With this, thank you very much.